Welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television. Nigeria is gradually approaching the 2027 general elections. Political realignments are taking shape across the country. One of the biggest developments in recent times is the emergence of a political alliance involving Peter Obi and Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso under the platform of National Democratic Congress, NDC, coming on a joint ticket. Supporters describe the alliance as a formidable form that will challenge the ruling party in the forthcoming general elections in Nigeria, while APC believe that the coalition still faces some serious challenges and political opponents are yet there to face their own electoral hurdles. Can this partnership truly replace the Nigerian political system in 2027? What does this alliance mean from the opposition? Is Peter Obi and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso willing to work in 2027? Joining us this afternoon is Mansour Umar Kurugu, spokesperson of Kwankwasiyya Movement. Mr. Mansour, welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abakar. It's a pleasure to be here.
I can see from your appearance, you are actually a diehard of Kwankwasiyya.
Well, yeah, you're right about that, actually. I was almost being made in so many ways by Kwankwasiyya Movement, starting from my university degree, where I studied in the university established by Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso in Kano State. It was called Kano University of Science and Technology those days. Now Aliko Dangote University of Science and Technology. And then, of course, after performing very well, because you have to do your part, I got a scholarship as well.
That's
under
nice.
the administration of Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to have become a pilot and to have experienced a life
Captain
from
Mansour.
a different perspective. So that's where the captain came into being. So yeah, I'm not only a diehard member of Kwankwasiyya Movement, but literally I am like a son and breed of that particular movement. And of course, I'm seeing myself among the drivers of the movement now and in the future.
So based on the little interaction we had here, you mean you are, when it comes to politics, you have ideologically driven?
Absolutely, yeah. I strongly believe that politics should be for the people, and it should be able to address the critical needs, fundamental needs of mankind, not just for some few
Self-centered
individuals.
politician.
Yeah, not self-centered, but people-centered politics. So
Well,
yeah, that
thank
is
you.
why, despite being everything, I find Kwankwasiyya Movement as a platform
And a
that
home.
really align with my own belief,
Interests.
interests, and ideas. Yeah,
Captain Mansour, thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
it's a pleasure.
Despite your tight schedule.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's begin with our topic. One of the biggest political story, like how significant is the alliance of Senator Rabiu Musa and Peter Obi?
I would say it's very significant, especially in our today's politics, where we have seen a lot of sentiment taking place, a lot of
Politicking.
yeah, politicking going on, a lot, and actually some lack of sensitivities to our diversity, if I can put it that way, by some of the opposite parties that are, we can call them ruling party in the country. I mean, and this kind of alliance between Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and Peter Obi, or you can call it from the southern part of the country and northern part of the country, or you can call it in a different kind of diversity
Angle.
It is actually a kind of inclusive approach in ensuring that every part of this country and every individual within this country is being represented and their interests are being respected. We are very sensitive. We are very intentional about ensuring we have a formidable platform where we are not only focused about ourselves or marginalizing any part of the country or group of individuals. So yeah, I can see this as a formidable platform
Alliance.
and an alliance that could provide a credible option and alternative for Nigerians. Yeah.
Did your party copy from the ruling party? Because we knew how the ruling party came in 2015. It was a coalition, a merger that happened between the southern part of the country and the northern part of the country that brought led President Buhari into power.
So we are not going to say we copy it from we copied from APC because we were part of those that established the APC.
That was then.
Yeah, then we were part of the coalition. If you remember, our leader, Senator Rabiu Musa was from PDP. And they were those that represented that red part of the APC. If you look at the logo of the APC and all of that, you'll see that red there. That represents PDP. So we were not the only, we are not only doing the merger or doing a coalition for the first time in 2023, 2026, 2027 election. But it was something that we have tried in those days. But however, the issues and the needs are different. Those days, we were trying to chase away PDP because of their failure for one single area, one single sector. Then, there are other areas, but the key sector that they felt on was insecurity. And then we just felt like, wait, why not? We are part of this government, but they are not doing well. So let us try and explore a different alternative and give Nigerians a different option. Unfortunately, now what we are seeing is beyond insecurity. You can talk of everything. I have never in my entire life, in my entire analysis and assessment of how governance works, I have never seen an administration that felt squarely in every angle like this particular administration of APC. I cannot put my hand on any single sector where I would say this sector got better in terms of the delivery for a good governance and better life to Nigerians. So if there is any time for credible politicians to come together and provide a credible platform or alternative for Nigerians, this is the right time. And not only them, us as Nigerians, we are the major, recipient of the impact of this failed government. So it is not only the work of the credible or the, big wings, like we call them. It's not only their work, but it is the work of all Nigerians. Except if somebody is just sitting in his house and feeling comfortable about everything that is going on. But so far, you are Nigerian like all of us, and you are
feeling the impact.
You must feel the impact, even if you're rich, because the same resources that you could have used to utilize and have your kind of way of life.
Now you have to double it or even more.
Much more than that. So it's not even a matter of we're just doing a coalition.
Matter of reality.
It's a matter of survival. I call it this way. It's a matter of survival. If you really want to have a Nigeria that works for everyone, if you really want to have a purposeful leadership that seeks to benefit ordinary man, because in this particular administration, the only people benefiting are the big politicians, especially governors and those around them. That is why you can see, while every day ordinary Nigerians are moving away from APC, our governors now, they are moving into APC. Why? Because the government is only working for them, not for the masses.
Mansour, don't you think that maybe the way they are trooping into the ruling party, they felt like the government of APC is doing well?
Obviously, we know they are not doing well because, look, doing well in government is going to be assessed by certain indicators, like the quality of life, the quality of education, the opportunity for young persons, the ease of doing businesses. All of those things are what you now bring together to know whether the government is performing well or not. Think of the inflation. We are talking of how many percentage we are now. We stop even counting, right? We have never seen a moment where the exchange rate have reached its level like it is now, like within this particular administration. I never imagined in my life an oil-producing country like Nigeria, at any point of time, you would be able to buy a fuel at over 1,000 naira. That is exactly what we are seeing. When this particular government, from the last 3 years to date, came into being, we were buying it at 100 plus, less than 200 naira.
And it was that very day that they made that declaration.
Not very year, that very day. The very moment the man became the president, His Excellency Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he declared immediately that he withdrew the fuel subsidy without a framework on how to mitigate the impact of doing that on ordinary man. And since that day, Nigeria was awakened. And I want to make sure that I hope that Nigerians now will be awake and reclaim our country by ourselves.
This goes down to my next question. Some people say that this partnership is built more on defeating APC than shaping ideologies. Is that true?
So what is the difference between the two? Because if you are saying shaping ideology of who?
Nigerians.
Look, what Nigerians need at this moment is a better governance. Whether you have ideology that they align with, or they do not align with your ideology. What people need at the moment is a better government that speaks to the people, government that speaks to the need of the people. But again, if you're talking of ideology, I have never seen any political movement that has as much ideological pillars like OK movement, because obedient, they have a movement. That is an ideological movement. Obedient. Then Kwankwasiyya movement is also an ideological movement. And that is why we even stand a stronger chance.
Of winning in 2027.
Exactly. Because look, if I may ask you, do you think in this entire country, there would be anybody in their normal sense that on their own, without incentivization, can go out and vote for APC again?
Well, these are the questions we need to ask Nigerians.
Well, you are a Nigerian as well. And I mean, I don't know. I don't understand how can someone in their normal sense would want to bring back APC into our country. But these two movements now, the people that are going to vote in this movement, they are spending their own money for the victory of this particular movement. So that is what makes it different. It is ideologically driven. It is purposeful leadership driven. So if people are seeing it as where change is going to come, the kind of change where they would be able to contribute into ensuring it happens. Not only being a passive members of the country, no, being among the drivers of this change, even after winning the election.
Captain Mansour, we have to go for a quick break. When we return, I'm going to ask you about your principle.
Okay, please.
Let's go for a short break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Back from that break. Remember, this is Political Arena here on S24. My guest is Captain Mansour Umar Kurugu, the spokesperson of Kwankwasiyya Movement. Captain Mansour, some people are accusing your principal of decamping from this political party to another political party.
Yeah.
And you call your movement is one of the movements that have ideology. I believe if politicians are playing politics with ideology, we know the likes of Malang Aminu Kano who have stood firmly in one ideology. Why is your principal officer doing that?
Well, accusation in politics is normal.
It's acceptable.
No,
as long as it's valid.
You cannot be in politics without having people to critique you. Some of them will be doing it objectively. Some will be doing it to disinform or misinform people. But what is happening with moving from one political party to another is not unique to Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. It is the situation that we find ourselves in the country.
That warrants.
Let me just give you an example. In this particular republic, we started in PDP, right?
That was
1999. Senator Kwankwaso has been a member of PDP up to when? 2014 or thereabout. Nothing changed. At that point, PDP was able to field candidates at all levels. And he has always been a loyal member of that party. Why? Because the party wasn't having any challenge. And the governors did not deteriorate it to the level that you feel you need to dissociate yourself. So the ideology of Kwankwasiyya is not hinged on a political party. It is hinged in purposeful and people-centered leadership. That is the ideology. So whichever political party is able to offer that, you can see us there. Or if the party that we are within and working together with is 100% contrary to this particular objective, obviously we will have to move, because party is a party. You might not own it. If you do not own it, you cannot dictate how that party will operate. And if you are not the president, you cannot decide how the governors would go.
Works.
So if there is no satisfaction, if there is no alignment with your own ideology and the ideology of your movement and what the government is doing, you will have to leave. That is one of the reasons. Another reason is even viability of the party. Anybody who is now a member of PDP, what are they going to do in the PDP? Do they even have a presidential candidate?
We even saw Goldwyn Apabio saying that he didn't believe PDP exists.
Well, that's up to Mr. Senate President, but I am not sure if they even have a presidential candidate, because there are two factions, one faction for one lawyer, the other faction for another, lawyer. All of them are now battling as lawyers and all of that. So if assuming you are in that party and you still have an interest in bringing a national solution, are you going to stick to that party, or you will have to look for another alternative?
So that is what exactly your principal did.
I'm just giving you some of
An
the
example,
scenarios.
yeah.
The first one is lack of alignment between your own ideology and how the party is delivering their own governance when they have it. The second one is when the platform is no longer viable. And then another one is when you are in a party and in your normal sense, you have seen, just take as an example, you are sitting in this studio, right? And you look up here and you see this group is collapsing. What are you going to do?
I have to step out.
But if you love this office and all of that, do you think you can stay back? You just have to move out. And that is exactly what happened with us in ADC. We love to be there with everybody. We love the coalition. We were willing to come and do our part. My leader, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, was willing to sacrifice everything and make sure that coalition works. But immediately we started coming up with a movement, where the entire country was rallying around that thing. And that was the moment when Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso had joined the party. We have seen a new issues coming, a court case from Nafi Ubala and all of that. And we can practically see that party crumbling.
Collapsing.
And as foresighted person, as Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, with all the people that followed him, you wouldn't expect him to sit there and allow all of us to get all our ambitions and dreams jeopardized, right?
Let me ask you something.
Let me just give you one simple
scenario.
Not scenario, but what makes Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to definitely think around ensuring there is a solution. He's not a politician that is only representing himself. He's a politician representing a movement. There are people contesting for governors, there are people contesting for National Assembly positions, State Assembly positions, and all of that. Unlike most of other politicians, go and check the ADC candidates there, the presidential and all of them. Do they have any people, do they have other people around them that if today they no contest, all of those people, now they don't have any platform?
Just relax.
It's all about
Due to
them.
time, let me
but
ask
Senator
you, Captain
Kwankwaso is all about the entire movement, the people around him and everything. So sometimes he had to take those decisions.
Let's
to make
boil
sure...
down to Kano politics, please.
Well, okay, go ahead.
What happened?
Well, about what?
What happened? We saw the saga between your own principal and the incumbent governor of Kano State. It seems like they are no longer in the same page.
It's not like it seems. It's not like it seems. It's we call it betrayal of the century or something.
Betrayal of the century?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what you are accusing him of.
Look, Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso worked very well to build a reputation, even in politics. That is where a lot of distrust and everything is there, right?
Started.
But Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso was able to maintain that status where Kano people still trust and believed in him, to the extent that he can present a candidate or he can sponsor a candidate and people will come and rally around. He worked together with the entire movement for 8 years to dethrone Ganduji or to send away APC parking in the state. And Kano people understand that mission. They did that. They, sent away APC. They said, we don't want you in our state. They said, APC, you failed. And they demonstrated it in the ballot, not only saying it. And then after everything, we have gotten a government of Kwankwasiyya in Kano State.
That lasted for...
All of a sudden, the governor have decided to identify APC, the same APC that Kano people said we don't want, as the best platform where he needs to join. And he leave Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, someone who sponsored him, someone who had been mentoring him for over 40 years. And he said he's moving there. What do you call that?
Well, maybe that is
boils
down to personal and political interest.
If you have a personal...
In your word, you said betrayal.
Okay, then in your word, what would that be?
Well, that should be maybe like it's just a political calculation.
Political calculation?
He believed that. Now, you now spoke about the ADC, why your principal left the ADC. He believed that ADC is no longer saleable. And maybe Governor Abba thought that NMPP is no longer saleable.
Okay, so...
And politicians are so ambitious.
Okay, so I will just put it this way. Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is a leader of a movement. He has a responsibility of ensuring that anybody who is a governor under his movement succeeded. So if you are one of them and you identify a certain challenge, what are you supposed to do? You don't run, right? You stick with your people and talk to them. You are a governor. Come and talk to Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso about all of these
So
issues.
you mean the decision by Governor Abba was a wrong decision?
It's not only a wrong decision, it was a betrayal, my friend. We just call it what it is.
So what are you doing so far?
And let me tell you something. It's not only a betrayal towards Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, it's a betrayal towards Kano State people, betrayal towards the Kwankwasiyya people, and it's even someone who is saying, hey, God, you know that it was okay for me to stay with these people. But now that I'm a governor, I don't need that guide. I'm going to do it my own way. And this is one thing.
That happened in Kano.
This is one thing that always happens. When you don't stick to what God plans for you, and you decided to do it yourself, there will be consequences. And for Kano people, anytime you betray them, they pay back.
There is repetition.
There is repercussion for every single action that you do. And one thing that Kano people doesn't want is betrayal. Now I can ask
Mansour,
you.
We have to go for a second break. When we return, we are going to touch the last part of the conversation.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's go for another break. When we return, we are going to take the last part of the conversation. Welcome back from that break. Remember, this is Political Arena here on S24 Television. Together with me is Captain Mansour Kurugu. Captain Mansour, what are you doing now to challenge the government of Kano State as a member of NDC?
Kano State is already on an autopilot.
Autopilot?
To failure. That is true.
Maybe these are all political statements.
They are not. They are not. I am an evidence-driven person. If people who cast votes have already identified you and believe that you're a betrayer, tell me one single magic that you can do to make them give you their own vote.
But now you made mention that you counter the power of incumbency when you flush out the government of APC in Kano State. Don't you think that Governor Abba may likely use the power of incumbency and retain his seat?
So when we flushed out the government of Kano State, we were not in power. When we dealt with Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje's government, we had no local government chairman, no senator, no governor, no nothing. Kano people only. The people who believed that Kano belongs to Kano people, the people who believe that governance should be for people, the people who believe that window dressing is not enough in Kano. This is exactly what Abba Kabir Yusuf is doing. He's just doing a window dressing. He just came to the city.
What do you mean by window dressing?
So instead of him to address the real development challenges, he's only coming into the city and identify one single sector. And even in that one single sector, he identified one single type of project. And even in that, he identified one single part of the state and neglected every other part of the state. Let me break it down for you. The sector he identified is infrastructure. If you look at Kano State, there is nothing tangible that Abba Kabir Yusuf is doing except around infrastructure. And even in that, he focused on road construction, flyover and road construction. We are not saying it is bad. They are good. But he now concentrated in the city where people come and see. It's not about, okay, when we go to the hinterland, when we go to the villages, if you go to Kara, if you go to Tambata, if you go to Makoda, you'll see all of those kind of work happening. No, there are still 5-kilometer roads pending since Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso's tenure.
Maybe that was your fault.
Well, a governance...
Government is a continuous process.
Exactly. So if I did something, if I started something 10 years ago, my successor should be able to continue it. And if you, Abba, came and you said, okay, your interest is on roads, go and finish all of those things. Don't concentrate only in the city. Government have enough resources to do what they are doing in the city and also do them in other parts of the state. And look, what is happening to the education? Go to our schools and see. Students and kids are sitting on the floor. In this situation where we really need to motivate parents and kids to even support everyone another, enroll their children and all of that, we are neglecting the schools, making them very dangerous for the kids to go there. The roofs are open in some places and all of that. What are you doing to the education? What is he doing to the security?
Captain Mansour, maybe somebody seeing you out there may feel like maybe these are just rejoinder that are coming from the bottom of your heart since the governor is no longer with you. And maybe someone is just trying here to say that maybe you're just trying to sell your own principle since Governor Abba is no longer together with you. I believe maybe we are going to hear from the part of the ruling party.
So what I would tell you is this: Kwankwasiyya already had its own reputation. People knows what it stands for. So we don't need to do any rejoinder. But what we are seeing is identifying the
challenges.
Challenges, the failure of the Abba Kabir Yusuf's government. And we are not just saying it because we want to say it. We are saying it because that is what is there on the ground.
Okay, now what are you saying? You're trying to help his political career so that he can at least
we are
go
not
and
trying
correct
to help
the
his own
mistakes.
political career.
But you are from Kano. The victory of Kano is your own victory.
My brother, at this point of time, he exhausted his time.
There is no room for reconciliation?
Look, it's not even a matter of reconciliation. There is no even time for him to amend his misrule because now the focus is on another election. And you cannot come at the end of the period of your time and tell me you repented, right? Even in religion, in Islam, you're not allowed to, even if you repent when you're about to die, your repentance is not going to be acceptable. And that's exactly what we are seeing. And this man is even delusional. He's still feeling like he's doing well. While Kano people are just watching him, I don't understand why somebody from Smiler now will come to the town and see, hey, see fly over there. And then in Smiler, I don't have any good roads within my own community. If I'm going to the farm, I don't have any means to go there. I'm buying fertilizer, 1 bag of fertilizer, cost of it. I need to sell 3 bags of maize to buy 1 bag of fertilizer. Nobody is giving me any machineries or anything. Why would I even come and start voting for this person again? And above that, I already know that he's a betrayer because I know what he did to his people.
Are out there waiting for them, and I believe they are going to do justice to whatsoever you said. I think we need to conclude this conversation. I would like to ask you some quick question, even though due to the nature of time. One word that describes Peter Obi and Kwankaso movement.
Inclusive and purposeful leadership. And credible platform for Nigerians, yeah?
One word that describes Kwankwaso himself alone.
Credible leader and pragmatic thinker.
The biggest issue facing Nigeria today, as I'm speaking to you.
APC government, my brother. The APC government.
Subsidy removal, success or failure?
Catastrophic failure.
State police, yes or no?
Maybe yes.
Okay. One state you believe will surprise Nigeria in 2027?
One state? Well, in which direction? In terms of election results?
In terms of elections, as you are out there selling yourself, okay, like which states do you think you are going to get massive votes?
Of course, Kano. Of course, that one, because of our population.
With the APC in governance?
Of course. Kano is Kwankwasiyya, my friend. Don't even waste your time about anything. If you're asking for people to come out and vote naturally in Kano, it has always been a Kwankwasiyya.
Okay, who do you think is going to win the 2027 elections based on data and facts?
Okay, ticket.
Okay, finally, what are your messages to Nigerians out there, especially people from your own movement and Nigerians?
So let me talk to Nigerians in general. The 2027 general election is not about political party. It's not about the candidates. It's about our existence as a country, as people. And sending APC government packing is our collective and shared responsibility. If we really want to salvage and bring back our country on track, we must come together and ensure that APC do not have a chance again. And the ticket that is very inclusive and sensitive, which is OK ticket or B and Kwankwaso ticket, is the one that won. We must make sure that we do not sell our votes, we do not sell our hearts, we do not sell our soul. We have to work for ourselves, for our younger ones, for our older ones, for our, unborn, actually, because this country is at a point where we really need to come back to the right
I
track.
have to stop you, Captain Mukhtar. Thank you so much for taking your time here to speak to us and enlighten our viewers about OK Ticket. And you have been accusing the ruling party of misleading Nigerians.
I did not accuse anybody. I just put the fact out there. You
Well,
are a
these are the
journalist.
facts.
You are a journalist. Go and do the searching. Tell me any sector where they are doing better in this country.
Well, thank you so much, Captain Mukhtar. We have to draw the
Is it
curtain
Mukhtar or
of
Mansour?
Mansour. I have to draw the curtain of the program here.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking your time to speak to us here on S24.
It's a pleasure.
It's really a pleasure having you.
Yeah.
And I believe 2027 Nigerians are going to make a difference.
Yeah, they are going to vote for OK. Trust me.
That is your words.
Well, I can see it is your word as well.
Thank you so much. And this is where we draw the curtain of political arena. We had a conversation with Captain Mansour Umar Kurugu. Thank you so much and bye for now.